Hussein Farhat continues to make his situation worse.
The video wasn't even out yet, and all of this hate was happening because of the comment that Greg made. He posted this to 10+ million followers across his platforms. And the reason why I feel like this is a weird move from Jeff is because he knew that it was a joke. Greg made a comment that I, obviously didn't approve of. I didn't want this comment to be out. I don't really think I did anything wrong in this whole situation.
As if being a fake natty and going viral wasn't enough, he then used established fitness vets Jeff Nippard and Greg Doucette to defend his fake natty status.
Someone like Hussein gets a
what are we talking about,
Jeff? Accusations online since he has a huge social media following. He has a super impressive physique, even in real life. So I get it. Most people don't realize just how much of a difference lighting can make in how enhanced you look. The most plausible scientific explanation is that when you combine years of really hard training with dedicated nutrition and the right parents, the results can be super impressive.
So listen, guys, this is the honest truth. If you take a 16-month of steroids and you put on, say, 45 pounds of muscle or whatever, and you stop, you're going to lose a shit ton of muscle now.
Which destroyed their reputations in the process, because everyone knows this transformation isn't possible in 18 months naturally. And when the steroid criticism didn't slow down, he and Greg Doucette decided to do a fake steroid confession to prank the internet.
Despite the fact that he lied in the past, and so, I'm just gonna let him explain everything that he's done.
So you guys have probably seen my transformation, and the steroids accusations around it, and rightfully so. And I just wanted to tell you guys that everything was planned from day one. I decided to hop on gear. It was a small cycle, 300 EQ, 300 tests, 300 masterone, a little bit of Anavar and MK as well. And I did this for 16 months.
Which of course backfired.
He was exposed by none other than his business partner.
If this is a huge publicity stunt, I also think that is a huge red flag.
I think you're a piece of shit.
And then he tried to deflect the hate that he was receiving onto Jeff Nippard, who at this point, after losing respect across the fitness industry, has spoken out against Hussein for being a fake natty and retracted his support of him.
Jeff made a post about me, essentially saying that he regrets working with me, he regrets including me in the video, and that now he's also one of the doubters, one of the people that thinks that I'm a fake natty.
And now Hussein is accusing Jeff Nippard of betraying him and trying to destroy his career, which makes no sense considering Jeff was the one that went on a ledge for Hussein in the first place. But I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Also, you can support the channel by grabbing an almighty shirt or hat. The link is in the description. Now, let's get into it.
Hussein, he clearly has a ridiculous physique, and to me, would clearly seem to be not natural.
Let's cut the bull. Hussein Farhat is a lying, fake natty clown.
He was exposed by none other than his business partner, Greg Doucette.
But don't tell anyone.
If this is a huge publicity stunt, I also think that is a huge red flag.
From day one, I decided to hop on gear.
In the process, they screwed over Jeff Nippard.
He knew that it was a joke.
You don't need to retract anything. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
And he didn't reply.
Addressing the lies that you lied about is so dramatic.
For the past few days, there's been thousands of comments calling me a fake natty, saying I'm a liar. And there's also been hundreds of influencers that some of them I really thought were my friends that came out and made videos absolutely bashing me.
This guy is playing the victim so much that he's convinced himself that he's an actual victim. He lied to people who then put their reputations on the line defending him, only for him to come out in the stupidest video possible, admitting that he was a fake natty. And for some people, that's all they saw. They didn't see the last 2 minutes of the video where he said it was a joke. So I think most people, even people that were friends of his, are probably just washing their hands of him and this situation because it's so toxic and now it's staying on so many people's reputations.
I think you're a piece of shit.
And bashing my name and bashing my natty status.
We got motherfuckers making millions of dollars from this shit, just lying out of their ass.
And in today's video, I'm gonna be addressing everything, going over the facts and telling you guys the truth and what happened exactly. Now, before I even start, I just want to say that I am a lifetime natural. I've never touched any sort of steroid, any sort of gear, any sort of peptide. I really don't mind getting judged. I don't mind the doubters. I don't mind the haters. I've been through it already. I just want to tell people the truth. If I decide to hop on, I will look into this camera and tell you guys, all right, I'm on.
The worst thing he ever did was make that video with Greg Doucette, admitting that he's a fake natty, because there's no way for him to ever take back those words that he said out of his own mouth. So it's kind of like, were you lying then or are you lying now? Did you admit it was a fake confession just to save yourself? None of this makes him look good, and it doesn't make anyone believe him any more than they did before.
That's essentially how it is in terms of my natty status. Let's go over exactly what happened and why this whole thing even blew up in the first place. So this whole thing started with me and Greg training at a gym. We were getting a workout in, you know, I was recording the thing for a vlog, and then he came up with the idea to make a video, essentially just trolling all of the haters, trolling everybody that thinks that I'm not a natural by using their arguments of me not being a natural, like, he hopped on for 16 months and hopped off, but kept all the muscle, which just doesn't make sense. Sarcastic video, essentially, to make fun of them. That was the idea. Greg came up with it, and I was like, yeah, sure, that could be funny. And if you watch it, you understand, all right, this is just a joke, like Greg does. He does those sarcastic videos.
Hi! Hey, how are you, Han? Oh, I love you, Mike Israel.
That was the whole point all the way.
After being accused and being under suspicion of using gear by everybody on the internet, this is still the dumbest thing that he could have done. He should have told Greg if it was actually Greg's idea, because it seems like Hussein just has a problem taking accountability all the way around. But he should have told Greg. He should have told Greg, absolutely not. I am not saying those words. There's no way that this can benefit me in the long run. Even if in the moment it did go viral and maybe they sold more Turk supplements or whatever they're selling, it was a bad idea to begin with.
This video and then saw the backlash and we were like, oh, we're trying to play it down. I literally have clips of me laughing while recording this video. I'll pull up a couple of them here.
And I decided to use steroids for 16 months straight and then stop after that.
Masteron, a little bit of Anavar, a little bit of, what was the last one?
Oh, MK67.
So stupid, just stupid.
The idea was to edit it, post it, and that's it. And here's when everything absolutely blew up and went out of proportion. It's when Greg decided to comment on Scott Herman's video saying that I've been on gear for 16 months. I have a video that's coming soon and that people should go and watch it.
I don't know what Greg was thinking either, because that only made it worse. There are some people that only saw that comment. There are some people that only saw that comment that didn't see the video and that didn't know it was a joke or a prank or a fake confession.
Essentially, Greg kind of spoiled the video before it was even out, and everybody saw that comment and everybody started reacting to it.
Hussein, his reputation should be just completely gone.
Hussein Farhat got exposed for taking steroids.
And this is all for publicity, no doubt.
And I also want to make it clear that I had no idea about this comment. Greg didn't tell me about it. I didn't plan the comment. And the whole idea, I think Greg just wanted to boost the video and have people go and watch it when it comes out. That was his plan. Again, I'm friends with Greg. We're cool. I have no problem with Greg. I just think, you know, it would have been obviously better to not do that comment. And he does agree.
Greg does whatever it takes for views, but the clout could not be worth the backlash that they received.
I did that to stir up more controversy and to try to get him more views. So that was my mistake. I shouldn't have posted the comment.
Once again, I had no control. It wasn't even my decision for that comment to even be out. After Greg posted that comment, hundreds of people started making videos about me, making videos about the situation. And essentially, that's also when Jeff decided to make his post. And all of this happened as I was sleeping, right? I slept around 3 a.m. and woke up, I think that day around noon or 1 p.m. around that time. And I had no idea about anything, right? The comment that Greg made, TNF dropping that video, Jeff dropping this post, all of this happened while I was sleeping, right? So I woke up, saw all of the comments on my videos, saw all of the hate. Greg called me like, I don't know how many times. My brother was calling me. The video wasn't even out yet. And all of this hate was happening because of the comment that Greg made.
In the process, they screwed over Jeff Nippard.
Now here's the part that I feel like everybody is talking about and that I feel like is kind of in my opinion. Jeff made a post about me essentially saying that he regrets working with me, he regrets including me in the video, and that now he's also one of the doubters, one of the people that thinks that I'm a fake natty. And he posted this on his Instagram and on his YouTube, which means he posted this to 10+ million followers across his platforms.
Out of everybody, Jeff probably took the hardest hit to his reputation by making that first video with Hussein and Julian and try to justify how they look like they're on steroids, but they weren't. And then the second video where he doubled down, he basically put his reputation and the trustworthiness that he built with the fitness community on the line for Hussein, just for Greg to come out on somebody else's video admitting that Hussein was lying and on steroids. There's absolutely no other way Jeff could have responded if he was trying to save face and save his reputation, other than to cut ties with Hussein, who had become a notorious fake natty at that point, and walk back his support of him.
And the reason why I feel like this is a weird move from Jeff is because he knew that it was a joke. The video wasn't serious. It was sarcastic. Essentially, Jeff DM'd Greg and asked him, were you being sarcastic in this comment because everybody thinks that you were being serious? To which Greg replied, we're waiting for the video to come out on
Saturday. Me and Hussein posted a video. It'll be very interesting to see how the world reacts to the video. And I don't want to say anything more about the video. I just wanted to put some testers and feelers out on what people are going to say. And hopefully everyone in the industry reacts to it, and then we can make more videos reacting to those videos reacting.
At no point in that text did Greg actually address Jeff's concerns. He asked, was that comment sarcastic? And he responded that they're gonna put a video out addressing everything, and he's interested to see how everyone reacts to it. At no point did he say it was a joke or a fake prank or it was sarcastic or anything. So what else was Jeff supposed to think?
Greg told him everything about the video, it's coming out on Saturday. And then Jeff said, so wait, did he actually cycle? If so, I'll need to publicly retract my statements because I've been putting a lot of my own reputation on the line for it. I'm absolutely with him, all right? If I did cycle, it makes like a lot of sense to retract your comments or make a post like he did, to call me a fake natty, to call me, a liar, whatever. That part I absolutely get. And if that was the case, I have no beef with Jeff. Be my guest, do that post, I don't mind. If I did lie to you, you're in the right to make that post, and that's the way I see it. But then this is what I really find weird. Greg told him,
so in the video, but don't tell anyone, in the video, we're gonna come out and say that he took a bunch of stuff. And then I'm gonna say, yeah, it's this polymorphism thing that allowed him to keep all his gains. I would say at the end of the video, 50% of people will be like, this is a joke. And then 50% will say, I knew it. Or they'll watch the first 2 minutes and not watch the full video. So you don't need to retract anything. Let me just leave it at that.
Even more serious this time, Jeff asked, wait, so did he actually cycle? He said, my reputation is on the line. I need to know the truth, basically. And instead of answering yes or no, or saying it was a joke, Greg then goes on and talks about the video and says at the end of it, some people would think it's a joke, some people would think it's real. So again, what else is Jeff supposed to think other than, oh shit, I put my reputation on the line for somebody that's admitting they're a fake natty. And he knew he needed to cut ties and clear his name ASAP, which is what he did.
So in the video, he told him exactly what we're going to be doing. He told him it's a joke.
Nowhere in those text messages did he say it was a joke or a prank or a fake confession or anything like that.
Told him we're going to be trolling. Again, it's going to be a video where we make fun of the haters, where we do this, sarcastic video. And after we say that it's a joke, that everything that they just saw is fake, Greg told him that if he could not tell anyone and not make a post yet, because it was only going to make sense then.
You don't need to retract anything.
And then the part that I really find weird is that Jeff still decided to make that post after Greg told him that it was going to be a joke.
Hussein is either delusional or, like I said, he's just tricked himself into believing he's a victim so much, but he's not. And now he's trying to deflect all the heat and hate that he's getting onto Jeff Nippard and say it's his fault that all of this went bad. And Jeff is far from a victim. He put his reputation on the line for two obvious fake natties, Julian and Hussein, and then doubled down when he received criticism. So in my opinion, he deserves all the smoke that he's getting. But I think the person with the most to lose in that whole fake confession situation was Jeff, because nobody believed Hussein anyway, and Hussein and Greg are business partners, so they're getting money out of all of this. The only person that really wasn't benefiting was Jeff.
It's like as if he never asked anybody, as if he asked Greg and Greg told him yes, he's actually on gear. That's the post that he made. He made the same post he was going to make as if Greg told him that I was on gear, even though Greg told him that it was a joke. He knew it was a joke, he knew it wasn't real, he knew I wasn't on gear.
Never said it was
still
a joke.
Decided to make that post, calling me out. And the reason, honestly, I think Jeff decided to make that post in the first place is because he wasn't able to handle all of the heat he was getting. He called me for a video, I pulled up for the video, got him a viral video. He was able to do another one on it, which also went viral.
Jeff does millions of views per video no matter what he's talking about. If anything, he did Hussein a favor. So again, Hussein is delusional because he's acting like he did Jeff a favor, when Jeff really legitimized him by having him on his channel and then making another video doubling down defending him.
All of that obviously got him some hate, which is totally understandable. There's always going to be haters when it comes to these natty or not videos, which I'm pretty sure he knew before making the video. But then I hadn't even posted the video yet, but he saw it as an opportunity to flip around, join the haters.
Nobody is hating on Hussein. They're calling out an obvious fake natty with the most ridiculous transformation that we've ever seen,
and essentially direct all of the hate he was getting towards me. He played the victim, said that, oh, I got tricked. You can all say, I told you so, I'll take my L, knowing everybody was going to be with him. They're going to feel bad for him.
Jeff didn't play the victim. He took accountability. Hussein is currently playing the victim, and again, trying to deflect all of the criticism that he's receiving onto Jeff for some strange reason.
And all of that hate is going to go towards me, and obviously Greg
deserves to go towards
Greg knew about it all along. I thought we were friends. Like, I hadn't even posted the video. He didn't even talk to me. We didn't even have a conversation, and he still decided to make that post calling me out and saying I'm a fake natural. I've messaged Jeff since to ask him, if he would, now that he's watched the video, if it would, he would be down to remove his statements, remove, what he said, and he didn't reply to me.
Because at this point, what would it benefit Jeff to retract his retraction portion of his support for Hussein. It doesn't make sense. He's better off just washing his hands of the whole situation and moving on.
Everybody's saying that we took advantage of him. Jeff knew about the video before he even went out and decided to make that post too. And I kind of find it, like, again, a bit weird from his part. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. It was supposed to be a funny video. Greg made a comment that I, obviously didn't approve of. I didn't want this comment to be out.
Saying it was going to be a funny video just shows how delusional and unself-aware Hussein really was of his standing and reputation in the fitness industry.
Didn't want this comment to be out. I think it was a bad idea, and Greg obviously agrees. And all of it blew up before I even had time to do anything. The comment went out. They made all these videos. Jeff talked to Greg, asked him if, it was real. Greg told him it was a joke. Greg told him it's, just wait for the video. You'll
Never
see.
said it was
Saw that information and still decided to make that post, calling me out, calling me a fake natty, calling me whatever, which in my opinion, again, it's a smart move. It's a smart move for sure, because now all of the haters are towards me, which I get. Again, in this industry, everybody's on, their own, everybody's doing their own thing. I take it as a lesson. I've never lied about my natty status. Obviously, I made this video as a joke. Without Greg making that comment, the video would have essentially just made sense on its own. But that's why it absolutely blew up. That's why a bunch of people started accusing it, and that's why it took proportions that I wasn't planning on it to take. And yeah, that's pretty much how everything happened. I don't really think I did anything wrong in this whole situation. I don't think a funny video or sarcastic video is something wrong, like, because I thought it was just going to troll the haters.
He doesn't have haters. He has critics, rightfully so. And he is just an absolute crybaby. This situation is crazy, and it's a perfect example of the entitlement that these fake natty influencers have getting out of hand. But thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.